Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and as you can see here I am going to be showing you guys how to do this crop top, or you could call it a burlesque, you could call it anything really. I don't really know what to name these things, but as you can see it's just a nice top that you can wear in the summer. Yeah, so this is what we're going to be working on. Just a quick reminder for everyone, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, let's say you're new and you just kind of stumbled across this video and you would like to see more, please subscribe to my channel, and that would really help me with your support. And also make sure you share anything that you like with your friends and loved ones, and as well comment if you have anything that you would like to ask, or if you just want to say hello. All right. So yeah, this is what we're gonna be working on. So go ahead and grab your colors, grab your yarn and your crochet hook or whatever else you need, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, my lovely, so before we get started, I'm going to show you the materials that I will be using for this project. And as you can see here, I have my newly favorite yarn Capri from Loops and Threads. I have two colors. I have this white color and I have the pink. Let me get you the actual names that actually are the names. So this is actually just pink. And this one is white. Okay, so just pink and white. For this yarn, it is 174 yards or 100 grams. It's recommended you use a 5.5 to 6.5 crochet hook. It's a medium weight number 4. It's 57% cotton, 28% nylon, and 15% polyester. Okay, so that is the yarn I'm using. Of course, use any yarn of your choice, but these are the two that I'm using for this top. Okay. All right, so the other thing I'm going to be using is my 5mm crochet hook. I know it's recommended a minimum of 5.5, but I'm going to be using a 5. Okay, and I'm going to be using my scissors as well to cut my yarn at the end, and of course a tape measure to measure how wide or how long you want your top to be. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and put everything away and let's get started. All right, so to get started, we're going to do the 2 cups first, and then we will build the bottom part of our top. And to do our bra cup, we're going to start with a foundation chain. And for me, I'm going to do a foundation chain of 13. Okay, so I will start that by doing a slip knot, and this is how I do my slip knot here. Okay. Okay, so go ahead and do the slip knot however you usually do, and if you do it like the way I do, you can check out my other videos, especially in the stitches playlist, where I do show you guys how to do these basic stitches very slow. That way you understand how to do even with this the way I do my slip knot here. Okay, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and do our chain of 13. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's my chain 13 right here. Okay, and to start our first row, we're going to skip this first chain right after the hook, and in the second chain here in the back of the chain, we're going to do our single crochet stitch, and we're just going to go in like this and grab the back of that stitch like that, and we're going to do our single crochet stitch, and then we're going to move on to the next stitch and do our next stitch right there. So single crochet. Just to show you here, this is the front of your chain. As you can see, it has these V shapes. If you flip it to the back part of it, it has these bumps, and these are the bumps that you're going to be working into. So if you look at this is the bump you work into. You just put your crochet hook in here, and that's where you work in do your single crochet. Okay, so that is what I'm showing you here. You go in the back, you grab that back loop like that, and you do your single crochet. And you're going to do this until you get to the end of this chain right here. And when you do your very final single crochet in the back of this last stitch here, then come back and I'll show you guys what to do next. Okay, now that I have reached the end of my chain here, okay, I'm going to start the second row, and I'm going to chain 1, turn my work, okay, and then I'm going to do my next single crochet right in the stitch right after the chain 1 there, and I'm going to do my single crochet stitch, and then I'm going to move on to the next, and I'm going to do my single crochet stitch there, and in the next I'm going to do my single crochet stitch, and I'm going to do this pretty much all the way to the end of this row again. So go ahead and do so when you get to the end of this row. I will show you what to do at the end. There's a little bit different. Okay guys, so as you can see here, I have one more stitch to go of this row. So I've done my second row like that. And in this last stitch here, I'm going to do my regular single crochet, just like so. I'm going to do a second one in the same stitch, chain one, do 2 more single crochet stitches in that same stitch. So in this last stitch here, you're going to have 4 total single crochets, but they're separated by a chain 2 between the two. You do 2, you do a you do a chain 1, and then you do 2 more. Okay, and then on this side you're going to work along the opposite side here, and in the next stitch right here, you're just going to go ahead and do your single crochet there, and then just continue to do your single crochets along this side until you get to the end. So go ahead and do that when you get to the end. I will show you guys how to turn our work around and work back this direction. Okay, so I have done my very last single crochet in that stitch here, and as you can see, that is how it looks like. Okay, so just to recap, we have one row in the middle here that we did, and then we started our second row, which is it goes around like this and it loops around to here. So as you can see, this part here is going to start to get a little bit sharper like this, because that's going to be the top of our bra cup, and this is going to be the bottom. So this side is going to stay straight, as this side is going to kind of build up in a diamond shape. Okay, all right, so we're going to move on to the second row, the third row. So we're going to chain one, and then we're going to turn our work, and then we're going to work on this side, and we're going to do our single crochets like we've been doing. So this project is going to be mainly single crochet stitch, with exceptions of slip stitch here and maybe a chain stitch here, right? So actually not maybe, we're using chain stitches. That's what we started our base with. Okay, so just to kind of show you guys really quickly here, so you're going to continue to do this. Okay, and when you get to the top here, there's a gap where we did our chain one, so you're going to do a single crochet stitch in each of these stitches here all the way to here. This will be your last one here, and then in this gap here where we did our chain one right here, you're going to do 2 single crochets, chain 1, 2 single crochets in the same, so there will be 4 total here, and then you're going to move on and do your next one here, do your next one here, and do the next, go along the side here and doing your single crochet in each stitch until you get to the last one here. Okay, and that's going to be your third row, and then you're going to repeat that. So you're going to chain 1, turn your work, and repeat that again. When you get to 4 rows, you're going to come back, and we're going to change the color to the white, because we're going to do a middle part of it that's going to be white, and then we're going to finish it off with the pink again, and that will be our first top done. Not our first top, sorry, that will be our first cup done. And then we're going to repeat by doing the same thing for the second one, and then we'll go ahead and do the body of the top. Okay, but go ahead and do 4 total rows of this, and then come back and I'll show you how to change color to the white one. Okay, see you guys in a bit. All right, my lovelies, this is my 4 rows that I've completed here. So we're going to change the color to the white color, and we're going to do 4 more rows of the white, and then from there we're going to change back to the pink and do 4 more rows of the pink, and that's gonna be it. Just an FYI, because I don't think I mentioned this at the beginning of the video, I'm making my bra cup for a small or A cup. So if you're making a bra cup that is larger than that, then you would obviously increase the number of chains at the beginning, and then also you're going to increase the number of rows that you do at the end, because you want to have it cover the size that you're looking for. So usually for me, if I was looking to make it for someone else, so the A cup or small is for me, but if I was looking to make it for someone else, let's say a B, like I made a top for my friend who was a B cup, I just had to increase this number of rows here, number of chains at the beginning to 17 instead of the 13 that I have. So I added 4 more, and then at the end I ended up doing I believe it was 14 rows total, or 14 to 16 rows total. So it just depends on the sizes. Okay, so if you're making it bigger than that, make sure you're following the size chart for such thing. Okay, all right, so we're gonna cut this yarn off right here. Okay, and then we're gonna bring in our white yarn here so we can connect it right there. And I'll just show you how to change to the white, and then I'm going to have you guys pretty much build up your cup to the end, because after that you just have to do 4 rows of the white, and then change back to the pink and do 4 more rows of the pink, and then you should be done. Or however many rows you do, or if you're just doing one solid color, of course you will continue to just do as many rows as you require for your size, and then you will stop at the end when it's done. Okay, so to change the color, this is, I just undid my last so this is supposed to be my final single crochet here, but to change the color I'm going to undo that and just kind of yarn, bring it in like this. So I have my 2 loops on the hook like that, and then I'm going to yarn over on the white one, pull it through. Okay, and then I'm going to pull the pink just to tighten this area here, and I'm going to pull the white, and then I'm going to do my chain 1 as usual, turn my work, and then again in this stitch right after my chain 1 here, I'm going to do my single crochet. Then I'm going to move on to the next stitch and do my single crochet, and then we're going to pretty much do this like we have been doing. So you're gonna go all the way to here. When you do your last single crochet here, you jump into the gap in here and do your 4 single crochets, but separated between the 4, the separation by chain 1, and then you continue to do your single crochets on this side until you get to the end here, chain 1, repeat that 4 times, and when you have your 4 rows of this white, you're going to change back to the pink, and you just change the color the same way we did this here. And then you're going to do 4 more rows of the pink before you finish off the top. Okay, all right, so go ahead and do that. When you have your full cup completed, no matter what size it is, come back to the video, and we're going to look at how our work looks like, and then we're going to start the second cup, as well as we're going to do the bottom part of our crop top. Okay, all right, so I will see you guys at the end of your cup. All right, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my lovelies, so I have gone ahead and completed my first bra cup here. So when we first started this here, I did say to we changed into the white color together, and I said you will then change back to the pink. If that is indeed the order that you want, you could obviously do this in any order you want. You could do it in solid color and different colors, however you want to do this, but this is how I'm doing mine. So therefore, if you're following my exact design here, then you would have 4 rows of the pink, 4 rows of the white, and then 4 more rows of the pink. And that is to get my A cup, which I do this a little bit larger in terms of the number of rows, because I like full coverage for my breast. So if you like to have more of a cleavage, then you would have probably stopped just around here if you wanted to just be a little bit more showy and more cleavagey, if that is even a word. But that I did mine like this because I require full coverage. Another thing, just in case you're going through the same thing and you're seeing the same thing, you see that it's folding a little bit in some edges here. Don't worry about that. It's just the stitch that we're using, which is a single crochet stitch. It is a little bit tight, so it does bend your work a little bit. Don't worry at all if that does happen to you. Like, look at this here. I can't even put it back down. It's absolutely fine, because we're gonna pretty much force this to stay down by working along the bottom here to build the rest of our top down this way. Okay, all right, so no more talking for me for 2 seconds. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and just complete this off here. So I'm gonna cut my yarn somewhere here, then I'm gonna fasten this off here. Okay, and that's pretty much the first cup here done. So go ahead and complete your second one, duplicate it the exact same way, okay, as the first one, and then weave in your ends here, because we're going to be working in the bottom part of the bra cup here. You don't want all of these distractions of so many yarns hanging, especially if you did change color, you will have a lot of them hanging here. But if you didn't change color, then you'll just have one here and then one at the end. But go ahead and weave it in anyways, and then finish your second one, do the same thing, come back when you have your 2 bra cups done, so we can go ahead and pretty much start to build our top in the bottom here. Okay, so I'll see you guys when you have your second bra cup completed. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so I have completed my second bra cup here. Okay, so as you can see, this is my second. This is the one we completed on camera together. So these are my 2 bra cups here for this crop top. Okay, now that you have these 2 guys finished, we're going to go ahead and start the base of the bottom part of the top. And I actually ended up cutting my yarn here, which I shouldn't have, because this is where we're going to continue working on it. Just kind of out of instinct, I cut it off because I was done. So I'm going to reconnect this yarn back here because we're going to be working on this side. So there was no need for me to cut these off at all. So hopefully you didn't cut that off in the second. If you did, just reconnect your yarn back. Make sure you fasten it really nice and strong. And then cut off any excess there. And then we will go ahead and continue to work with that, okay? All right, so now to go ahead and get started with the second part of the top, okay, I'm pretty much going to chain a chain of 20 to 25 on this side. Actually, I'm going to do a chain of 20. And then when I have that, I'm going to work it back this way, okay? So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. We're going to add one more to make it 21, okay? So that is my chain here. So this is going to be part of the bottom part of your top. So let's just put that here like this. Okay. And then we're going to connect this part of this top here when we come back down here. And then we're going to end up doing a chain of 20 more on this side, or 21, I should say, on this side. And this is going to be building the top down this way. Okay. Because we're going to be working along the chain that we did, including our 2 bra cups, and then we're gonna build our work downwards like this until we have the length that we're looking for. Okay, so with this done here, I am going to just show you how to do this first part of it, and then you will pretty much just start to repeat the rest of the work until you have the length. And of course, in terms of color, I'm going to try to imitate this change of color here. So I'm going to do the pink first for about 4 to 5 rows. I'm going to change it to the white. I'm going to change it to the pink again, and I may do white and pink again at the end, but it's going to end with a pink so that there's 2 stripes of white in the middle and 3 of the pink total. Okay, so again, you can do that in any order that you want. You can do all of this in one solid color if you want. That is all up to you. Okay, so with this done here, I am just going to go right into it here in the very next stitch, right from I skipped the first one. So just to show you that again. So this is my final chain right here. I'm going to skip that, and I'm going to go into the next one right here, and I'm going to do my my single crochet. Okay, and then I'm going to go into the next one. I'm going to do my single crochet, and then I'm just going to continue to do this all the way until here. When I get to here, I continue along the base of the top here. So you're just going to pretty much continue to do those. You'll do the next one here after your last chain, and then the next one here, the next one here, and you're going to do that all along here. And then you're going to do your final one right here. Okay. And then you're going to skip over to this side. So you're going to line up your bra on the second cup on this side. Then you're going to skip over to this side and do the very next one here. And then you just continue to do that all the way to here. When you get to here, you chain 21 and then do single crochets coming back. And then you just continue to do that. Just continue to work along that, and you're going to continue to build up your top like that. Okay. So if you're not exactly sure how to do it, you can always drop me a comment and ask me if you have any questions or anything like that. But this is pretty much what you're going to do for the rest of your top. And you're going to build it up. I'm going to build mine up until about 6 inches, 6 to 7 inches. And when I have reached that, then I will come back to the video and I will show you how my work looks like. And of course, you know how to change color because we did that already here. So you're just going to change the color when you get to the time that you need to change the color. And then you're going to continue working with that color until you have enough of it. And then you're going to change to the next color and so on and so forth. Okay. All right. So I'm going to let you guys go from here. When I see you again, it should be at the end of this top. And then what we will do together is to create our straps to be able to tie our top together. Okay, so when you have the length that you're looking for, come back to the video and we will move on to the next step together. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my loves, welcome back. So I have gone ahead and completed building up the bottom part of my top here. So as you can see, I have 4 rows with the pink. Then I have 4 more rows with the white, 4 rows with the pink, 4 rows with the white, and then four final rows with the pink. Okay, so for this, again, I said I was making a small one because I'm making it for myself. And of course, if you're making it for yourself and it happens to be a bigger size than a small, then you would add more rows, or just if you want more coverage for yours, then you would do more rows. So for me, so this length here is pretty much going to be this part of it here. It's going to go right underneath my breast, and then it's going to go just right above my belly button is where it's going to end. Right here, it's just right above my belly button. Okay, so of course, keep adding more rows if you want more coverage, or do less if you just want this to be a burlesque or like a bikini top. This is literally just, you can do anything with this design here. Okay, all right, so with that said, I am going to show you how to just end this here, and then we're going to go ahead and start doing our straps. I'm going to do the straps in white because just gonna continue this pattern that I'm doing here. So we're gonna attach back our white and do the straps, and the straps are going to go from on top of each of these bra cups all the way to tie the back of the top together like this at the end. Okay, all right, so without saying any more, I'm gonna go ahead and just show you how to fasten these off here. So this is my 4th row. Actually, I'm not even doing anything but just cut it and fasten it off. So I'm gonna cut it right there, and then I'm going to fasten it off here. Okay, just like that. So at the end, you will weave in your ends. So it's because we changed the color quite a lot here, you have quite a lot of ends to weave in on both sides. So I'll let you guys do that off camera, and I will do the same. But for now, I'm going to show you how to start with our straps. And I'm going to bring my white color back, and we're going to do a chain of 201 on each side. The reason I'm doing such a long chain is because we're going to come back down that chain with slip stitches, and that's gonna make the strap a little bit thicker. And so with doing such a long strap, it's gonna reduce a little bit in terms of the length, because we're going to be coming down with a slip stitch, and of course it's also because we want to be able to use it to tie the back of the top as well. So that's why it's so long. Okay, so I'm going to do a slip knot, which I just did here, and I put my crochet hook through, and in between the 2 double crochets that we did here, and it was separated by chain 1, which is just right in the middle, we're going to go in like this, yarn it back, and then just do a slip stitch like that. Okay, now that we have that, we're going to then start our 200 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So go ahead and build the length of the chain that you want. I'm going to be doing 201, and when you get to the length that you want, come back so I can show you how to do slip stitches coming down this. Okay, so I will see you back when you have the length of your chain that you're looking for. Okay guys, so I have gone ahead and completed my 201 chains right here. So as you can see, it's quite long. I think I measured it, it's about 44 inches, about 42 to 44 inches long. So it's quite long, and like I said again, because we're going to be working with slip stitches going down the chain, is going to kind of shrink it a little bit. And as well, it's because it's going to be the same strap that we're going to be tying the back of the top with. So I'm going to just go ahead and then show you how to do the slip stitches going down the top, and then I will have you guys work until you have the whole thing done going down the chain. and then I'm gonna have you guys pretty much do the other side off camera or on your own, because you're just repeating exactly what you did on this side. But I'll show you how to do the slip stitches here. So as you can see, this is our 201 chains. We're going to skip this 201st stitch, and that's why I do just an extra one, because I like even numbers. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to skip that, and we're going to go right into this next chain beside it, and we're going to do our slip stitch just like that. Okay, and then we're going to move on to the next stitch and do our slip stitch there, and we're going to pretty much do this all the way to the bottom of this chain where we started off. And what we're doing here is we're just kind of making it a little bit thicker of a chain or of a strap, so that it's not too thin and maybe too risky to snap or anything like that. Or with time, when you wash it and dry it and things like that, it may end up weaken the strap and it may easily come off. But with this, you're just kind of making it a little bit thicker and therefore more resistant. Okay, so as you can see here, it's a little bit thicker than just the chain, but if you do prefer to just have the chain as your strap, that is also obviously a choice that you can do. So I'm going to continue doing this all the way to where we started off here, and when we get here, when you do your very last slip stitch in the last stitch here, and then you're going to do another slip stitch in the same hole here where we started off the chain. So you're just going to go in here and do your final slip stitch, and then fasten that off, detach your yarn, go to the other side and repeat the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to do my top off camera, and you guys should do the same. And when you have your straps done on both sides, you're going to fasten or like weave in your edges, anything, all the edges that you have. If you did one solid color, you may not need to, or you may not have that many straps to weave in, but because I change colors here multiple times, I'm going to have a lot to weave in. So I'm going to do that off camera. I would like you guys to do the same, and then when we come back, we're just coming back to kind of see our finished product. Okay, so go ahead and do so, and I will see you guys when you finish both the straps of your top and weave in your ends. Okay, see you guys in a bit. Okay, my loves, welcome back. So as you can see here, this is pretty much my completed top. So I have gone ahead and completed my straps as I said previously, and I have connected it, and then I have kind of weaved it into the back of the top like this. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, you guys. So I have done this. I love it when I do tops that I do this X, big X in the back of my back, and then this is the front part over here. So this is pretty much how it looks like in the front. Okay, so you have a nice top, nice really good colors that go together, and that's pretty much it, you guys. So if you would like to make this in different colors, you absolutely can. I will show you quickly here what I did. I actually liked it so much that I made another one in this color here, this pink color, but just kept it as a solid color. And this is pretty much how it looks like, so I didn't put the straps on. But yeah, so this is pretty much another top that is exactly like that, except I just use one solid color. And also for the strap, so as you can see, the strap is super thin compared to the white one that we did for this top. And I wanted just to do something a little bit different, so I decided to do this strap to just be the chain without really going back down the chain with a slip stitch. So it's a little bit of a thinner strap, but it's still really nice and I really like it. So yeah, you can make this in all types of colors. You can make it in solid colors, you can make it in different colors together, and so on and so forth. But that's pretty much it here. So I just want to thank you so much, you guys, for watching this video to the end, and I hope you have some nice tops that you're going to be wearing for the remaining of the summer. And just a reminder, if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. And make sure you like and comment as well. If you have any questions or if you have anything just to say hello, you can always just drop that in the comment below. Yeah, thank you so much, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Ciao, ciao.